Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. In front of you here we have a pot of Hoya Sunrise. Hoya Sunrise is a beautiful plant, beautiful Hoya. Lovely leaves that go quite red under bright lights. We're in the grow tent right now, the grow greenhouse, and the forever changing, always changing greenhouse. Lots of Hoyas in here right now. And so yeah, we are going to be working with Hoya seeds from Hoya Sunrise here. So Hoya seeds are kind of tricky to come by. They have a very short life to them, and it's very hard to pollinate a Hoya plant. I have tried to pollinate a Hoya plant several times, Hoya flowers, and it has not taken. So in the wild they're pollinated by moths, and the best way to get your Hoyas pollinated, I think, is to actually in the summertime when they're blooming, put them outside at night, or put them outside, and then the moths will come at night. They're attracted to the scent, and if you have just the right moth for just the right scent and just the right magic happens, you may get a Hoya seed pod. So this isn't the plant that the pod came from, that the seeds came from. I have another Hoya Sunrise, and I'm going to put a short, at the end of this video I'll put a short little video of me discovering the seed pods, because yesterday I went into the other grow space and all the seed pods were everywhere. I'm going to put you in the tripod. Let's lock you in here. There we go. And then I will show you the seeds that I collected yesterday from Hoya Sunrise, different one. So I was lucky, I imported a Hoya Sunrise this summer and had a teeny tiny seed pod on, which I nurtured, and it got ahead of me. I was expecting to have more time. And then last night I went into the grow space and I found the seeds all over the place. They float around just like a dandelion seed. So if we look at these, you can see them here. They're very light and fluffy. And even in here, there's a slight breeze, and I'm kind of worried they're going to blow away. So that is a Hoya seed. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Very fluffy. If I drop this right now, it would just kind of float away on the wind. They have a very short life. I'm not able to say exactly what their Hoya seed lifespan is without getting sowed, but I'm going to guess a week or so. So these are from last night, and we're going to sow them up today together. I'm going to put them all in a 4-inch pot for now. So this is just sort of a standard Hoya mix for me. It's perlite, peat moss, and orchid bark. I fertilize later on, so there's no fertilizers in here whatsoever. And then for good contact, and I'm going to just put this lid back on. For good contact, I have a little bit of moistened, just straight peat moss that I'm going to lay on top of it. And this fan up here, which I'm reaching towards, sorry if I bump you, is freaking me out. So I'm going to turn off that fan because I don't want the Hoya seeds to blow away. I put them in this container just for storage last night with a few drops of water to keep it humid in there. I didn't want them to dry out either. So we're going to finish this prep. I didn't want to bore you too much with putting peat moss in a pot because you guys can figure that out. But I did want to show you what was underneath before I did this. I'm doing this for good contact with the seeds. I don't want the seeds to be laying on any of that bark, so I'm going to do that. It's very wet peat moss. I wetted it or moistened it ahead of time. And there we go. Now to do this without these things floating away, I have my spray bottle beside me, and I'm going to actually spray this a little bit more again because I need the fuzz of the Hoya seeds himself to stick to the water. Whoa. The spray bottle just like fell over on the shelf. Now let's do this. I don't know how many seeds I have in here. Quite a few. Let's just get them settled in there. So they look very nice and healthy anyways. These would have been open pollinated in Thailand. So chances are they're self-pollinated, but there is a chance that it's cross-pollinated with something else. And if it's cross-pollinated, who knows? It could be anything. So they are super light and fluffy, but a good sized seed to them. It's amazing how big these seeds are. Let's have one more look at this guy before we wet them down. See how sticky they are? Like they're light and fluffy. I can't even detach them from each other. I don't know if the fluff has a little like burrs on it or something, like microscopic burrs maybe, because they're sure stuck to each other. And you'll see in the last end, like in the tail end of this video, where I just show you my video I made with no mic, no nothing. The sound will be horrible. Me collecting them, and you see them in the grow tent. They were just sort of fluffy and stuck everywhere to everything. There it is. Now when I spray this, if I'm not careful, I'm going to blow the seeds off. So I have to start very slowly with my spray bottle. I'm just going to bring it around. You can see it right there. And I'm going to give a quick, just to get a little bit of weight on the seeds. There we go. They're getting heavy now. So we want some good contact. That's too good a contact with the peat. There we go. So you can see why I wanted that layer of peat on the top. It's just a little layer. Now if you don't have good humidity, say you're doing this in your house, you're going to want to bag these. Bag them so that they're in close to 100% humidity. I'm going to leave them in the grow tent here. I still may bag them until germination, just to make sure they're sitting at 100% humidity. But I'm going to let them just sort of air out for a little bit before I do that. And there we go. So, freshly sowed Hoya seeds from a plant very similar to this Hoya Sunrise here. Anyways, I hope you like this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to just put that little rough footage of last night on the end of this now. Thanks for watching, guys. So here is the Hoya pod that split open. And here's me collecting the Hoya seeds. They look like dandelion fluff, and they float like it too. So they kind of spread out in here a little bit. Hopefully I got them all, otherwise I'll have stray Hoyas growing.